Are you claiming your free $1,000? If you had a kid or have a child between 2025 and 2028, you can open a new Invest America account, also called a Trump account, and claim a free $1,000. In the latest funding bill, Congress appropriated funds to seed these accounts for newborns. I'm Matt Bremer, owner and wealth advisor at Queen City Wealth. I help individuals and families make smart decisions to prepare for retirement. If you find this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in working together, you can reach out directly on my website. There's a lot to know about these investment options. Things like how the Trump account compares to a 529, an UGMA or UPMA, pre and post tax dollars, and who can contribute. Let's get into it, and here's what you need to know. By July 4th, 2026, these accounts can be open and funded. A parent can contribute after-tax funds into the account, and these funds will then grow on a tax deferral basis, meaning the interest, dividends, and capital gains in the Trump account are not taxed until they're withdrawn from the account. It's important to note that parents must opt in to claim this free $1,000. Right now, it's only being offered to children born between 2025 and 2028. This is a pilot program. After 2028, Congress must agree to continue seeding these accounts for newborns born after 2028. The goal of the Trump accounts is to have individuals invested in saving at an earlier age. If an individual at 18 invests $1,000 and doesn't touch it until they're at the age of 70, it would be over $54,000, assuming an annual compounding growth rate. However, if a newborn is able to invest $1,000 and doesn't touch it until the age of 70, assuming that same 8% growth rate, it would be over $218,000. So starting July 4th, 2026, these accounts can be open and contributed to on the behalf of a child and until the year that they turn 17. There are three main ways funds can be contributed to these accounts: a direct contribution, an employer contribution, or a general qualified contribution. There is a combined $5,000 annual contribution limit for these accounts, both for direct contribution and employer contributions. It's also important to know that an employer can only contribute $2,500 to that $5,000 annual limit. And starting in 2028, the limit will be increased and indexed based against inflation. Anybody can make direct contributions to an individual's Trump account, meaning parents, grandparents, families, and friends. The qualified general contributions cover contributions made by the federal government, state, or local governments, as well as 501c charitable organizations. They can make these contributions directly to an individual's account, and they do not count against the $5,000 annual limit. You may have heard of the news story of the billionaire Michael Dell contributing $2,500 each to Trump account for eligible children 10 and under. But you should know he limited the contribution to eligible children in zip codes where the median household income is less than $150,000. It's estimated that Michael Dell will be contributing $6.25 billion total. After the child turns 18, the Trump account will turn into a traditional IRA account. Also, you should know if the child is 15, 16, 17 and working and has earned income, they could contribute both to an IRA and this Trump account as well. Withdrawals from these accounts aren't allowed until the year in which the account beneficiary turns 18. However, at that point, the distribution rules are the same as those for traditional IRAs. Each distribution from the Trump account is partially or fully taxable, and distributions before the age of 59 and a half come with an additional 10% penalty unless they meet an exception under the specific code. For higher education expenses, up to $10,000 for the first-time home buyer, or as part of a series of annuity payments for at least 5 years until the owner reaches the age of 59 and a half. These Trump accounts can also be rolled over to a standard IRA starting the year the beneficiary turns 18, and can also be converted to a Roth IRA at that point, which would have significant planning implications as well. Now, there are different options to create investment accounts for a child. The most common is a 529, which funds are to be used for college or graduate school expenses. Also, a recent change is that these funds can be used for K-12 or post-secondary credentials. The 529 allows for greater flexibility. They allow for the funds to be transferred to other eligible family members. You can roll over up to $35,000 to a tax-free Roth IRA in the beneficiary's name, and you can keep the accounts open and growing for future generations. 529s don't have stated contribution limits. Contributions over $19,000 would be counted against the gift limit and would have to be reported. 529s also allow for greater contributions to be able to give or be used against the ever-growing higher education costs. 529s also allow for greater investment options. They provide access to a much wider range of professionally managed investments that are diversified and will become more conservative over time as the beneficiary nears college to be able to maintain the capital available. A Trump account is limited to one fund tracking the performance of the U.S. stock market. These accounts are limited and are automatically invested. The other accounts to be aware of for a minor child are UGMA and UTMAs. UGMA stands for Uniform Gift for Minors Act, and UTMA is Uniform Transfer to Minors Act. The UGMA and UTMA accounts allow for parents or grandparents to fund a custodial account for a child. These funds essentially act as a brokerage account. The main difference is that an UTMA allows a parent to transfer a wide range of assets like art, real estate, or some other asset type, while an UGMA will hold traditional assets like stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, and bonds. There is no limit on what can be contributed to one of these minor custodial accounts, but the standard gift tax limit would apply. Then once the child turns 18, these accounts are converted to a custodial brokerage account in the child's ownership, and the parent no longer has any control over the account. Once they turn 18, the difference from the 529 is that the parent can still control the account after the beneficiary turns 18. These are the three investment accounts available for a minor child in 2026, and I've outlined above the key differences between each account. The advantages of the Trump account is that it provides a free $1,000 to children born between 2025 and 2028. While the funds are contributed on an after-tax basis, it does allow for the funds to grow tax-deferred. It does have a contribution limit of $5,000 per year, but it is possible for other entities to give funds over the limit, as we've seen with Michael Dell, for example. 29 can be established in the benefit of a child. It does not have a contribution limit, and it can be used for educational purposes. The scope of those purposes is expanding and can be used for post-secondary certifications as well. If not all funds are used, up to $35,000 can be rolled over to a Roth without a tax implication. This is the advantage over the Trump accounts. Then UGMA and UTMA allows for parents to create custodial accounts for their children. These are treated similar to a regular brokerage account. The contributions are post-tax, and dividends or capital gains are taxable as well. The benefit is these funds in the account can be withdrawn at any time and can be used for any purposes. The Trump account have qualified events like education where funds can be withdrawn, but will convert to an IRA account after 18, and then the funds can only be withdrawn after 59.5 without other tax penalties. It's important to look at all factors when deciding what to set up for your child. It will probably be a mix of all three, but hey, it doesn't hurt to claim the free $1,000.